Morning student, today I am going to start the new topic coefficient of restitution. In last lecture I have discussed the relative velocity of approach and relative velocity of separation. Okay, so ratio of these two is known as coefficient of restitution. Actual definition is it is defined as the ratio of relative velocity of separation to the relative velocity of approach. Okay, the coefficient of restitution is defined as the ratio of relative velocity of separation to the relative velocity of approach, and it is denoted by small a. Okay, so small e equal v2 minus v1 upon u1 minus u2. Okay, the smallest value of coefficient of restitution can be 0 and largest value is 1. So one thing, keep it in mind that for elastic collision E equal to 1. Why? For elastic collision its value is 1. Because in case of elastic collision, relative velocity of separation is equal to relative velocity of approach. So these two are equal. So the value of E is 1. Okay. And for inelastic collision, the value of E is 0. Okay. Now the next topic is perfectly inelastic collision in one dimension. Okay. So first we know what is perfectly inelastic collision. The collision in which momentum is conserved but kinetic energy is not conserved. And after collision, two bodies are stick together and move with a common velocity. It's called perfectly inelastic collision. And one thing is important, in this collision some kinetic energy is lost in form of other form. Okay, like heat energy or maybe light energy. Collision in which momentum is conserved with some loss in kinetic energy and colliding body stick together and continue to move in the same straight line after the collision. It's called perfectly inelastic collision. Okay, consider two bodies A and B of masses m1 and m2 are moving along same straight line. Path with velocities u1 and u2 respectively. Okay, after collision two bodies stick together and move along same straight line. Okay, means after collision these two bodies stick together and move along same straight line path because it is the one dimension motion. So in one dimension motion, before collision and after collision two bodies should move in the same straight line path. Okay, let V be the common velocity of two bodies after collision. Okay, तो अकॉर्डिंग टू लॉ ऑफ कंजर्वेशन ऑफ मोमेंटम, total momentum before collision must be equal to total momentum after collision. Okay, so m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is equal to total mass m1 plus m2, and these two combined system move with velocity v. Okay, so by this equation we can find the velocity of v, velocity of combined system m1 u1 plus m2 u2 upon m1 plus m2. Suppose this is equation number 1. Let us find the loss in kinetic energy of system during inelastic collision. Okay, तो डेल्टा K is equal to total kinetic energy before collision minus total kinetic energy after collision. Okay, so delta K is equal to total kinetic energy means 1 upon 2 m1 u1 square plus 1 upon 2 m2 u2 square minus total kinetic energy after collision means 1 upon 2 total mass m1 plus m2 into v square. Now substituting the value of v from equation 1. Okay, so delta K is equal to 1 upon 2 m1 u1 square plus 1 upon 2 m2 u2 square plus 1 upon 2 in a bracket m1 plus m2 into the value of v square m1 u1 plus m2 u2 upon m1 plus m2 whole square. Okay, this is the value of v. Solving this we get delta K equal to 1 upon 2 m1 u1 square plus m2 u2 square minus this m1 plus m2 is cancelled, so here 1 upon 2 m1 u1 plus m2 u2 whole square, and remaining one term of m1 plus m2 remaining left. Okay, now on simplifying this 1 upon 2 and m1 plus m2 is LCM. Okay, so this m1 plus m2 and m1 u1 square plus m2 u2 square minus m1 u1 plus m2 u2 whole square. Okay, so delta K is equal to twice m1 plus m2. Okay, now multiply this m in this bracket, so m1 square u1 square plus m1 m2 u2 square, then m2 multiply to this, so m1 m2 u1 square plus m2 square u2 square. Okay, now minus that, open this bracket, m1 square u1 square plus m2 square u2 square plus twice m1 m2 u1 and u2. Okay, again delta K equal twice m1 plus m2, so m1 square u1 square plus m1 m2 u2 square plus m1 m2 u1 square plus m2 square u2 square. Now open the bracket and change the sign inside the bracketer. Minus m1 square u1 square minus m2 square u2 square minus twice m1 m2 u1 u2. Okay, now the square term m1 square u1 square minus m1 square u1 square cancel. Similarly m2 square u2 square and this m2 square u2 square is cancelled. Delta k is equal to m1 m2 is common. Okay, so here u1 square then plus u2 square then minus twice u1 u2 upon twice m1 plus m2. So delta k is equal to m1 m2 and u1 minus u2 whole square upon twice m1 plus m2. Okay, so this right side term is positive. It means there is loss of kinetic energy during an inelastic collision. Okay, now if target body is at rest, that is u2 equal to 0. Now substitute this value in above expression, so we get delta k equal to m1 m2 u1 square, this term becomes 0 upon twice m1 plus m2. This is the change in kinetic energy. In case if m2 very greater than m1, then delta k is equal to 1 upon 2 m1 u1 square, because this m2 and the denominator is nearly equal to m2. This m2 cancel, so delta k will become 1 upon 2 m1 u1 square. So you can write here m1 plus m2 nearly equal m2. So this m2 and this m2 cancel. The remaining term will become delta k equal to 1 upon 2 m1 u1 square. It follows that loss in kinetic energy of system is equal to initial kinetic energy of the system. Okay, thus when a light body collides against a very heavy target body and stick to it, it loses its kinetic energy completely. Okay.